Hi, my name is Paulie, and this is my testimony. One word I would use to describe my life before Christ would be overconfidence. It all started out when my parents came over here from Vietnam, from the Vietnam War, and they seek refuge in America. They came from a country where Buddhism was the dominant religion, and they they teach me Buddhist teachings, but I really didn't understand at the time when I was a little kid. And basically, I had no morals growing up. I didn't have anything to go off of. I had no morals. And when I was 13 up to about 14, my parents divorced, and my parents always worked. I had two sisters, and basically, it was just me and my two sisters growing up together. My mom was always working, my dad moved away, and my mom put me in a sport. My parents put me in a sport of swimming. I was a very hyper kid. I was off the walls. I was just a crazy kid, and I guess you could say I got pretty decent at swimming. And during my races, or even in high school or junior high, I would always look down on people. That's my picture of looking down on people. I would be overconfident. I would have my chest popped out all the time after each race I would swim. Um, I would congratulate them, but that was only for show. I really didn't mean it. I would always, deep in my heart, I would always say, get better. I'm not really congratulating you. I'm just doing this for show, but get on my level. I would be very full of, I would be very egotistical. I was all of I was just about fame. I wasn't giving all the glory to God. I wasn't on my knees praising the Lord. Um, when my mom got remarried to my stepdad, his name is Tracy Davis. I felt like Tracy came from God. I thought he just led me to Christ every night. Those little things that my stepdad used to do for me. He would come into my room every night, just reading out of the Bible, stating verses, and over time, I got really curious. I got really curious about what Christ was, who Jesus was, what God was. I wasn't At that time. I wasn't living life to the fullest. I didn't have a sense of purpose, and all I did was just all about fame and fame and fame. And about 2 years later, around 2 years later, I got baptized. I went to Life Church. I got baptized, and I felt like I was a whole new person out of in that water. When I was lifted up out of that water, I felt like I was a new person. It was my first public announcement that I was a Christ follower, and from there on, I was a completely whole different person. I really didn't think that baptism before I was baptized, I didn't really think that it would affect me in such a huge way. But man, after that, after I was saved, and I felt like a whole new person. Uh, Here's my another one. And from there on out, I was crazy for God. And around 2 years ago, I went to a church camp called Camp Yeshoa up in the Wichita Mountains, and the main theme was just growing deeper in God. After I got baptized, I just wanted to go deeper and deeper, and this was the perfect theme to get deeper. Um, my youth pastor Abraham Wright was the person who baptized me at my other church, which me and him and my sister went to another church, and we're still currently going there. And he's just my he's just he holds me accountable, and from there on out, I was a whole complete new person because of him, because of my sister, because of everybody around me. And now I guess I can say my life right now would be humbled, and I'm every day I'm in constant prayer with him. He does so many great things for me each and every day. I'm always on my knees, up in my room when I pray by myself. Every day I get crazier and crazier for him. I'm a tree bending beneath his glory and just feeling the weight of his mercy. And all I just want to say is,